For cheap and reliable MT, head over to aoa.com and use coupon code JACOB for 3% off. Kawhi Leonard's rise to fame in the NBA nearly aligns perfectly with the rise of the NBA 2K game mode. Kawhi as a player needs no introduction. Two-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, and two-time Defensive Player of the Year. In Myteam, he's had some good years and he's had some years, and that's what we're going to go over today, is the history of Kawhi Leonard and what led him to be the Season 4 Galaxy Opal XP Agenda Reward card. Kawhi Leonard received two total cards in NBA 2K15. The first one was the base card, being a gold 85 overall. Wasn't a great card, but wasn't bad by any means, especially for a young star on the rise. And he did end up getting this Emerald Biggest Mover set card, which did give him a slight upgrade up to 89 overall. When this card released, there was a strange glitch associated with the card that made the card a ruby on the auction house. But when you did buy the card and add him into the collection, he did turn into an emerald card as advertised in the game. In 2K16, Kawhi Leonard started off the year as an 87 overall gold card. For that year in 2K, they also had dynamic ratings cards, which we've talked about quite a bit on my channel. These cards would go up and down throughout the season, and by the end of the year, this card was a 94 overall amethyst, even though it started off as an 87 overall at the start of the season as well. Kawhi played really well in the season of the NBA on his path to becoming one of the top players in the league, and that's why he had earned 7 upgrade points throughout this season. 2K16 also featured an 89 overall Defensive Player of the Year award card here for Kawhi Leonard, and this came into the game at launch. However, it wasn't officially released until sometime around January, it appears. So this card was a slight upgrade over his base card, but not as good as the Dynamics rating. As we can see, the Dynamics rating cards did change a lot throughout the year, starting off as an 87 overall and just steadily moving his way up all the way to 94 in May. And finally, they did come out with a Diamond Kawhi Leonard 96 overall playoffs moments card. This was in April of 2016, so towards the end of the game cycle. He came with 13 gold badges, and yeah, this wasn't too bad of a card. We can see his defensive statistics were decent enough. He could shoot the 3-ball, he could run, so yeah, for 2K16, this card was not too bad whatsoever. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I do not recall that many people using the card in-game, but I was pretty tapped out of the game mode come April. "2K17 featured a good amount of Kawhi Leonard cards. Again, this was through a virtue of him performing very well in the NBA, so he did get this base 83 overall Emerald, and then he did get a load of Moments cards. So he got a Sapphire Moments, and then he got a Ruby Moments, and then even after that he did get an Amethyst Moments. Quickly after all of those cards came, the playoffs came in the NBA, and the first playoff Moments card released was this Kawhi Leonard, and we can kind of get a pulse on how the community felt about this card through an old Caldy video.
It's Caldy, and we got our first playoff Diamond Moments card, guys, and it is a 94 overall Kawhi Leonard. So I figured, you know what, we might as well get some gameplay with this card. I got him for 100k, so yeah, I mean, he looks pretty nice. Not that big of an upgrade from his Amethyst, to be honest with you guys. 88 post fade, he's got a 98 draw foul, so that's always nice. 99 mid-range, 91 three-pointer with a shoe, 98 free throw, low ball control. That's the only worry I have about this card, but look at that defense, bro. Holy shit. 98 lateral quickness, 85 steal, 85 driving dunk, 85 speed, 80 acceleration. He's actually not very fast. 79 vertical.
Yeah, so that card wasn't a huge upgrade until we finally got the very final finale of Kawhi, which was this 97 overall Diamond that had some incredible card art. I think this is one of the best cards for art throughout 2K17, and they finally gave this one absolutely juiced stats, upgrading his open shot 3 to a 95, and everything on the defensive end was obviously going to be good to go. So yeah, I think this overall was a pretty decent year for Kawhi. In 2K18, Kawhi Leonard started off with an 85 overall Sapphire card as his base card. He quickly got a promotion with the Clutch Closer set to a 94 Amethyst, and eventually got this 98 overall Diamond card. I remember this card being pretty popular for the time. He had 13 Hall of Fame badges, which was pretty solid at that point in the game, and he finally did get a Pink Diamond, 99 overall. This card on paper did look very, very good. He just wasn't the type of guy that you wanted to run your offense through. If you just needed a cone to kind of come in, play a little defense, knock down a few open jump shots, he was your guy, but he definitely was not a very good primary ball handling option on the offensive end in 2K18. It goes without saying that 2019 was a wild year for Kawhi Leonard. This was his first and only year with the Toronto Raptors in the NBA. His first base card was a 90 overall, which was for the Raptors but featured him in the Spurs jersey because he had yet to play a game for the Raptors. Throughout the year, he got a pretty big assortment of cards, a few playoff moments cards, a few moments cards from in the season, and also a throwback elite card which featured him in the San Antonio Spurs jersey. The playoff run that Kawhi Leonard had in 2019 was pretty immaculate, so there was lots of cards from that run in the game, and we also got 2 Galaxy Opal Kawhi Leonard. One was a playoff moments card which came shortly after he beat out the 76ers to advance in the playoffs, and once he did eventually win the NBA championship and finals MVP, he did get another Galaxy Opal card which looked amazing on paper with 20 Hall of Fame badges and absolutely juiced stats. The biggest thing about this card is he did not have a very good jump shot in 2K19, and at that point the meta had been established already, which was mostly base 11 players. We can hear DBG's take on this to get a little more insight on how the card felt at the time.
To be completely honest, I'm not going to say it's a bad release, but if you're spending this much and you want to run everything through a player, you can't have a player with a beta release. And it's the harsh truth, but it's true. There is no ifs or buts about it, it's the truth. If you want to have the best team possible, you won't have a player that's baited. And it's not saying Kawhi's a bad card, Kawhi's a really good card. But in comparison to the absolute elite cards in the game, it's just not quite up there.
After 1 year with the Raptors, after winning a championship and finals MVP, Kawhi went to the Los Angeles Clippers. So once again, Kawhi was on a new team. Once again, he was starting off as a 90 overall Amethyst. His first card in the game, was decent enough for the time. He did come with gold clamps straight off rip, but he did soon enough get a Pink Diamond out of the Jeremy Lin set. This card was okay for the time because he did come with Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, but it wasn't much compared to what was soon to come, which was the next Pink Diamond of Kawhi Leonard, which is considered to be one of the best Pink Diamonds in all of 2K20. This card was so nice, and the biggest thing that made the difference, besides all the upgraded badges and stats, was the fact that they did update his dribble sigs, giving him Crossover Pro 8. Which was absolutely the meta in 2K20. So this was a very good Pink Diamond, and they followed them up with another Pink Diamond for current Series 2, but we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen because that was much worse than the previous Pink Diamond, and towards the end of the year, he did end up getting a Galaxy Opal card that was absolutely insane on the stats and badges size, and also featured Pro 8, and also they updated his layup package to Long Athlete to even make him even crazier on this Opal card. And then towards the final end of the year in July, they came out with the NBA is Back, which pretty much was the exact same card as the previous Opal in my opinion. Any sort of flaw there was there, they patched up, I guess. This one here has 62 Hall of Fame badges compared to this one that has 51. But either way, like, you could not go wrong with either of these opals in 2K20. And that finally brings us to 2K20. Kawhi Leonard, once again for the third year in a row, started off the season as a 90 overall amethyst. A few days after launch, they came out with these clutch packs, giving him a card for the Spurs, which was a sapphire, pretty popular card for limited and stuff like that. And then he did get a possessed diamond, not exactly the most popular card in the game, really was kind of a little bit a tier below every other card that came out around this time for his position. So he was kind of more of a budget option when he dropped. We also did get this current Series 2 card for Kawhi, which is another diamond card. This just came out yesterday. These current Series 2 cards are pretty terrible, to be very honest, but the reason we are here today is because Kawhi Leonard is the reward for Season 4. 40 levels of XP grinding to get this Galaxy Opal Kawhi Leonard. This card is absolutely juiced. He comes with 15 Hall of Fame badges with 32 gold, insane stats. But the most important thing that most people are looking at is just like with his pink diamond last year, they did update his signature moves on this card, giving him long athlete for a layup package, and his quick timing release on the Ray Allen base instead of normal. But above all else, he did get the best signature dribble move in 2K21, just like in 2K20 when they gave him the Pro 8 crossover, which was the best signature move last year. They gave him the best signature move this year, which is the Pro 2 size up escape, aka the Curry slide. So yeah, this card is going to be really good. I think a lot of people are going to grind for him, and I will be doing so myself because don't really know how you can pass up on this card. But anyways guys, it's Unbeatable Jacob. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I am out.